Coming up next is architect Vivek Bhole.
So good afternoon, and if we know this platform, if you want to understand this platform, it's a training, a cross training of different disciplines where the architects are giving presentation to non-architects, the structural engineers are giving presentation to non-structural engineers. So we have to understand each other's point of view, and I know my subject very well, but performance design, based design, I learned today. I think same for you. We heard that term, but understanding, not completely, but at least partially. We learned that today through this platform. So this is what the speciality of this platform is. Uh, because the session theme is beyond obvious, I have selected this one project where it's more of a structural design project than architecture. And if we see the journey of design, you will come to know exactly what I mean. We got around 47 international awards, including the best high-rise residential in the world. And we got multiple times, we got Bloomberg Award, we got multiple of them for its design. Now, what is that so special about it? In any residential high-rise building in Mumbai, we have got a central core and we have got apartments. Apartments we don't design the way Dubai has. They make a form first, they inject the requirement, the functional requirements inside the shape, and then the building is ready. It's more of a design and a structural design, a facade design than the planning itself. But here my client was very conscious about the planning. We are not compromised on the planning. We have achieved the aesthetics, but not by adding a single element which is redundant. So understanding the project first, it's hello. It's currently okay. Hello. It's currently the tallest residential occupied building in the city or in the country. So 257 meters is the final height, and it has got 3 and 4 bedroom and 5 bedroom apartments. It was a pre-certified platinum rated building. Eventually, for even rehab, we have got this is a rehabilitation project. So even for the rehab building, we got a gold rated certification. Awards I told you about. We have got all sustainability features. I'm just trying to give you the basics of this building because this is a platinum rated building. So all the features of sustainability are already incorporated in the project, which are known to us. And because this is not the current topic, I'm just passing on this slides very fast. This is the layout. I've got this rehabilitation towers on one side. The second phase tower, which is on right hand side, which is now completed. The main tower which we are going to discuss is the one which is under that blue footprint, and this is an overview of it. So if you see the key features, we have got entrance lobby, which is kind of a biggest chandelier in the world. We are claiming it and gone for certification in I forgot Guinness Book of World Records. And then we have got a very big E level where we have got number of pools and those activities, which is on the top of the 10th floor, and the crown. That is, these are the main key features. The podium facade, we have got some big challenge while cladding this facade, because this is almost like 10 lakh square foot of parking area. It becomes very bulky and massive, and to hide it behind certain cladding was a big challenge. So we used a pattern we know as Mondrian. And then in that facade, we have got number of amenities, including this multi-purpose hall and a basketball court. This is that entrance lobby, big 18,000 square feet double height entrance lobby with a big inclined glass facade in the front and a huge drop-off area, which is kind of a very welcoming entry to the building. On E level, we have got those landscape areas. All the amenities are there, including the clubhouse. This is the basic section where we have got a kind of valley, kind of stepped valley kind of landscape, and we have got different water bodies at different levels. The water is flowing from upper level to the lower level and becomes part of the swimming pool as well. A jogging track which is moving all across the E level, and it becomes kind of a bridge. Someplace it becomes part of the level of the that valley type garden. So this is the actual picture of that jogging track, and from top that valley garden, and then we have got again different E-deck levels where this deck levels where we have got those gardens for each apartment. This is actual picture of the swimming pool. On that side, it's a rendering. On this side, it's an actual picture. Now, the main topic, the structural part of it. So, we have got typical flat slab construction. We have got typical my1 form shuttering, and then we have got those decks with plunge pools. So, everything looks very, very typical. So, what's so special about the structural system? We did the wind analysis as usual, and we tried to find which are the corners which are critical. And what we noted, that this form of the building is becoming a wind scoop, and what Premnathji showed one building in China, we found that there is a small gap which we use for vertical windmills, and we installed these vertical windmills in these 4 tunnels at different levels. So we have got 10 kVA windmills there. This is the actual picture of the building taken from my friend's office, which is in Futura, FutureX, I think. So the basic idea, whatever you see in this building, the aesthetics, people admire it a lot, but then everything is functional. Every element, what you see as elevation, has got some purpose. So if you see the basic plan, as I said, most of the time people go for plan and then they start injecting the functional requirements inside. Here, if you see individual apartment, it is appreciated a lot. My client never placed any ad. They never launched the building. They sold everything. So every apartment, if you see the plan, there is certain space saving, and then we have given those double height decks to almost every room. Every living room, every master bedroom has got that double height deck of almost like 15 feet. Now, if you note the elements, we have got these corner columns. This is the first building where you will find most of the structural peripheral columns actually outside the building line. When I say building line, it's an official legal building line in the municipal approval. So my requirement was very specific when I first made this design, and I put the plan to the structural engineers, team of structural engineers. I had local, I had one foreign structural engineer, and most of them say not possible. So I kept on pressing. Then we discussed. I said, I don't want to add any element, but I want this. So if you see all these peripheral columns, they are outside the building line, and that generates those corner windows. So I don't have columns in the corner. So all my corners, like master bedrooms, and even the toilets, they have got corner windows, and the columns are coming out. The columns are like 1 meter in diameter, right from below to the 61st floor, and all across the periphery. You'll find this thing happening where the columns, double height columns, are supporting those double height decks. I have removed few of the decks so that you can understand exactly the columns where they are placed. See the building line which is in the rear, and the columns coming out almost by 12 feet. If you see the brackets, now there are hidden brackets inside this structural system. if you see the plan again, I'll take you the plan, the detailed plan in the next slide, but you will understand the importance of these brackets which are happening in the middle. There are these double height decks, so I needed a privacy. From upper deck level, one can look down into the other's apartment. So there should be some barricading. But simultaneously, I wanted this big cantilever, almost like 15 feet cantilever, to be supported from the column behind. So we have got this 1 floor high bracket which is jutting from the column, and it is supporting not only this lower balcony, but it is also supporting that upper deck. The length of the deck is almost like 50 feet. Now 50 feet by 15 feet, it's a big area, cantilever coming out. So you need a supporting system. Now every bracket you will find it is supporting some element there, as well as giving privacy. So all across the facade you will find this element. It is a structural element with dual functionality. So if we take this as one apartment, you can see those round columns in the corner. They are my freestanding columns. They are coming out of the building line, so that I generate those corner windows. Corner windows gives fantastic view inside the bedrooms, and these bedrooms are quite big, so they don't have space constraint. On the other side, if you see, there are places where I need the support. So somewhere behind that column, there is that bracket coming up, which is giving privacy to the lower deck. Same thing is happening on the corner apartments, where I have got, these are the middle apartments. I have got the bracket there near the plunge pool, so that the upper deck person cannot look into the plunge pool of the lower deck. This is the corner apartment. You will again find those columns which are outside the building line, and the alternate decks are supported by that corner column, and they are my main structural columns. One more feature I would like you to note is this huge iDAC level extension, which is at the 11th floor. And on 11th floor, there is a huge 9,000 square feet of club area. This is a health club. The total clubhouse of this building is almost 60,000 square feet. So this 9,000 square feet of club is on this overhang portion, which has got a water body on the top, a plunge pool in the bottom, a lap pool in the lower level. So you can see the skylight kind of feature there, which is visible here. And then this whole thing is actually, can I go back? It's coming in the middle there. And this is the health club. Again, there is some extension, a spillover area to the health club for outdoor health activities. And it is overlooking the whole sea line there. Something similar to this. And this is resting on these 4 columns. So these 4 columns are 9 stories tall. Then I have got 2 stories of my iDAC, and the clubhouse is exactly on top of my porch. So I get a fantastic arrival experience below, and my entrance lobby is behind this. So I have got almost like 12 meters of space all around this tree shaped column, and you see the shape of that. It's tapering on the top, and then it is supporting that huge cantilevered, you can say propped cantilever area. These are a few actual pictures. So you can see those tree-like columns and the facade, which is inclined facade. And then I use the same kind of concept where the columns are outside the building line, because I haven't seen a single building similar to this in Mumbai so far. I don't know whether others have designed something similar to this, but because this was kind of invented idea, I thought of copying myself again into my other projects. So this is another of my project. Again, similar, but the plan is different. It's a single 50-story tower already at very advanced stage of construction in Goregaon. One more project where again I have used a similar concept, again at very advanced stage. It's again 18 to 20 story completed, and this is what the whole idea is. When we collaborate with the structural engineer and design, not considering structural engineering as a separate part and giving them the plan. Like I'm working with most of the structural engineers here. So I give you the plan, and if I tell you, put the columns, your office will send me the location of the columns, and that's it. But if you do it beyond that, you can generate something which is a really collaborative design. And there is this one small flick. So this is after the building is completed. This is the actual view. Thank you.